friendly reminder to pay attention to the transits of Mercury. I want you to take a look around you right now. Everything that you can see and everything you can touch and hear and smell and taste, all of it began here first. It began in the mind as a thought. And what does Mercury rule? Mercury rules the mind. And the reason I'm reminding you guys of this today is because Mercury is coming up on a very powerful transit. On February 4th and 5th, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Aquarius and come into conjunction with Pluto. Now, Mercury comes into conjunction with Pluto every single year. This is not necessarily a rare thing, but it's rare and special this year because Pluto is now in the sign of Aquarius, and Mercury is going to be the first planet to conjunct Pluto in this sign. Yes, we had the Sun conjunct Pluto on January 20th, but that was still in the sign of Capricorn. So Mercury is really leading the way. It's showing us what this Pluto and Aquarius energy is all about. And when planets come into conjunction with Pluto, the way I like to describe this is they come to Pluto to die. They come to Pluto to die and be reborn, because that's what Pluto can do for us. It's the transformer of the zodiac. And with Mercury, we're talking about the mind. We're talking about our thoughts. It's time to transform our thoughts. We're also talking about communication with Mercury and our sort of day-to-day habits and routines that eventually create our actual tangible experience of reality. You know, before we have to think differently, before we can do differently, before we can experience something different. And so this conjunction is important to pay attention to. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you a little bit early is because I want you to be able to understand what's happening, take the position of the observer over the next few days, and just observe what's coming up for you, because what's coming up is coming up for a reason. It's time to release it. It's time to purify this and in order to bring in something new. And so what you may observe is that thought patterns that are no longer serving you, ways of communicating that are disempowering you, or you may observe just your habits and routines. Maybe they're not working for you anymore. In fact, what may have started as something healthy or helpful or beneficial in your life has maybe now become toxic. It's time to change that and let it go. Now, what's coming up over the next few weeks and months is a lot of really powerful potential in the astrology to make major changes in our lives, to completely transform our lives, a lot of us. But we can't do that without first changing the mental energy. And so what I think is happening in the skies is Mercury's going first. It's going to conjunct Pluto first to sort of fortify our minds, to prepare us for what lies ahead. But Mercury conjunct Pluto, it's like when we burn the fields. You know, we burn the fields, we burn away what is dead and no longer nourishing us. But by doing this, we nourish the soil, you know, which allows for fresh growth to appear, which allows, you know, those new beginnings. The burn period can feel a little intense. It can feel a little out of control. And that's what we're in right now as we build towards this conjunction. But what I want you guys to know is that Mercury is preparing us. It's preparing the soil for what is to come, because next Mars is going to move through Aquarius, then Venus, and every planet through Aquarius is going to conjunct Pluto, it's going to square Jupiter, and it's going to square Uranus. We have a new moon in Aquarius next week that's going to square Uranus, and I'm going to talk about all of these things in that video, which I'll have for you guys in a few days. But for now, I just wanted you to understand what's happening. Mercury's going first. It's laying that foundation for us. It's showing us the way that we need to start here in the mind, you know, fortify the mind to be prepared for, to be able to harness the energies that are to come, because they're powerful and we can bring a lot of transformation and change into our lives over the coming months. It's very exciting. And so I hope this was helpful for you guys. You can book a reading with me if you like at the link in my bio. I'm happy to do that anytime. My name is Stephanie, and this is Twin Fox Astrology. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.